in the neighborhood, and the other boys at their school and the other girls at their school. Okay. Hey guys, it's Emma. Today I have a book review on The Virgin Suicides by Jeffery Eugenides. So this is a book about the 5 Lisbon sisters who all commit suicide. Surprise, surprise. And this group of guys who lives in the neighborhood across the street from them, pretty much they're obsessed with the Lisbon girls. They're really mysterious to them, and they've often wondered why they committed suicide, as has everybody else in the neighborhood. So 20 years later, here they are, they're recounting the story of what happened to them, and all the clues and stuff they've gathered, and all the people they've interviewed, trying to figure out why the sisters committed suicide. So overall, I gave the story a 4 out of 5. Because I really enjoyed it, and I think partly that's because of the writing style. The author, Jeffery Eugenides, has such a nice way of putting words and stringing sentences together, and I felt like every single thing he wrote was like a clue or something. Like it made you think, you had to figure out what he was trying to say, and now and then I'd get a little lost and have to reread a paragraph or two to like understand like what was going on. So his writing isn't straightforward at all. Like he doesn't just tell you, he doesn't just give you the answers. Everything he writes seems to have, it's like I don't know, everything he writes, it's like he's giving you a hint of like, for like a bigger picture. Yeah, throughout the whole story there's kind of this mysterious, creepy sort of undertone, because it's a really ominous feeling, because the suicides, you know they're coming, you're learning everything up until that point, and then when it happens, as I was reading it, I was like, oh, this is really creepy. I'm not going to explain why, obviously that'll give stuff away. The ominous tone really, it had a good lead up to the actual event, that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it was a creepy, kind of mysterious undertone the whole way through. Very ominous feeling, because you're just waiting for these suicides to happen, and then when they do happen, it's like, okay, that was really creepy. And there's always this question of why. Like that's the main question you want to answer, and that you're trying to answer, and that these boys as well, these narrators, well, it's actually one narrator, but it's a group of boys who he's referring to, because he says we a lot. So you're trying to figure out, you know, what happened leading up to them. But they explain the what and the who and the where and the when. But like I said, they're still trying to figure out all these years later why they committed suicide. So I'm not going to say any more than that. And there were some things that I didn't like about it, but if I say them now, it's going to be a spoiler. So I'm going to do a spoiler section now, a book discussion. So I will stop there and just say that it's definitely worth reading. It's not a young adult novel at all. I don't know if you're under that impression. I definitely would recommend it. And it was written in 1993, and apparently there's a movie that was made in 1999, I think, so I'm gonna watch that soon, and hopefully do like a book-movie comparison type thing. Yeah, so 4 out of 5, I would recommend reading it, but I warn you, people might not get into it as much as other people, and some people might find it hard to follow. But, I mean, if I can read it, I'm sure you can read it too. So that is the non-spoiler book review section. I'm gonna do the book discussion spoiler section now, so if you haven't read the book, probably should leave. Or don't, I mean, whatever. So yeah, if you're gonna leave, then thanks for watching, and if not, then let's continue. Okay, so I'm assuming if you're still here, you've read the book, or you don't mind being spoiled. I felt it was a great story, but I felt it strayed a lot from the Lisbon sisters themselves. I don't know, I was expecting it to be really focused on the sisters the entire time, but instead, there was a lot of these tangents that went off about the people around them. Like that guy, Trip, I think his name was Trip Fontaine. It went off in like a whole story about how he lost his virginity and why he was really good with the ladies and stuff at the school, why he was such a stud. So I don't know, it was a really weird story, because it didn't focus on the things that I thought it was going to focus on. I had to think about it for a few days. I'm still not sure what to make of the whole story, the whole conclusion in the end, because you don't actually learn why they committed suicide in the end. After all that, you still don't really learn why, unless I missed it. I mean, I don't think I missed it, but so do we learn why they committed suicide in the end? Because I'm pretty sure we don't. So that was a little disappointing to me, because I thought that's what the whole point of the story was going to be, was that in the end you're going to find out this mysterious reason for why all the girls committed suicide. but then you don't. Like, I guess it still remains open. It's still a mystery to the boys. All these years later, they still don't know why these girls committed suicide, and even after all of their interviewing, all of their collecting of all these pictures and things of the girls that they owned, even after all of that, they still can't figure out why. So, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed with that because, you know, I like my mystery solved and I like my loose ends tied up. This, it left me hanging. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it, and I don't know if that's because he was trying to, Jeffery Eugenides is trying to comment on like a larger picture or something in society about suicide, about how we can never know why somebody does the things they do. I don't know, you know what I mean. But then again, I guess I've been used to reading stories and watching movies where the answers are just handed to me on a platter. But with this story, it still remained a mystery. So I guess that was kind of a cool thing, like a different thing to do. I don't know. I still would have liked to know though. I guess my theory is that they killed themselves because they were trapped in that house with their parents, with their religious mother, and they were just basically trapped from life in general. Like, they couldn't do anything, they couldn't go anywhere. And I guess if I was in that situation and I couldn't get out, I guess I'd probably kill myself too. I mean, what else is there to live for or to do if your parents won't let you go anywhere or do anything? But then again, kids have run away. You know, they've run off, they've gone to other places, they've escaped somehow, so, and they were going to escape, like those boys, they were going to go help them. They were even there, they had all their stuff packed, I don't understand that, because the boys are in the house, they were all set to go, and then they all commit suicide while the boys are in the house walking around. That was really creepy. I felt that was just really creepy. Especially, they walked through the kitchen and Mary was there the whole time with their head in the oven. Oh god. And they didn't even see her. That's just really creepy. But I don't understand, because the girl Lux, she went to wait out in the car and she said, okay, I'll wait for you out in the car, and then she kills herself in the car. And all the other girls, it sounds like they're packing, they're getting ready to go, and then they all kill themselves, and then the boys are just walking around the house like, are we gonna go yet? Are we ready to escape, to run away? And then they all die. And I don't understand. Why didn't they actually just leave? Like, they could have just left. That's what I really don't understand. And I guess that's why they don't really understand either. Because they were on the verge of escaping. They were on the verge of leaving. So I don't know. It's so mysterious. So I'm not really sure what to make of it all. I mean, I guess the story is about, obviously it's about suicide. It's about, I guess, virginity too, losing your virginity, and just, I guess it's about sexual stuff in general, and being a teenager, just growing up. To me, I guess the bigger picture is that you never know someone. You can never know someone truly until they commit, not suicide, but until they commit some sort of act that it's like beyond comprehension. It's like whether or not it's suicide, it could be anything. I mean, even then, I mean, they still don't know the girls, these boys, but they never really knew them. No matter how much they found out about them and tried to understand, they can never know them. I don't really know still what to make of this whole story. I mean, I liked it, loved the writing, very interesting story, didn't really go where I thought it was going to go. So I think probably what's going to happen is I'm going to have to reread this again at some point and like go through it a second time, knowing everything, but like I'll look for clues and stuff this time, or I'll just look for something else, rather, because it'll be different. Second time you read it, you'll be able to pick up on other things, hopefully. But yeah, so what are your guys' thoughts on this book? Why do you think they committed suicide, and or why do you think it doesn't actually get solved in the end? And I don't know, just what are your general thoughts on it? Okay, so that's the end of my spoiler discussion book review on The Virgin Suicides by Jeffery Eugenides. Please let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.